we don't have a name yet. Um, I'm thinking, Carson. I'm thinking we just call it the Potter.
What do we
What
call
do
it?
you
We don't have
think?
a name yet. Or is that
Yeah, we
taken
could call
too?
it. We don't. We could call it. We don't have a name yet. That's probably taken. Honestly, it's probably taken. But I think we just call it the Potter
The
because that's what we
Potter.
refer. That's what we refer to it as. That's what. I think that's just the easiest thing. So for this episode, I was thinking we go through some of the music we listen to. Um,
We open up our
and I don't know. I want
Spotify's.
to. Yeah, I want to make an episode like on all the music we listen to, but I don't know if we start from the beginning and like pick our favorites along, or if we go like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Who is your favorite? And let's keep it to rap, maybe, because I don't even remember. I used to listen to EDM in like grade six a
So I can't
lot.
list
And
off Katy Perry albums?
no, keep those to yourself.
Damn.
Can you name a Katy Perry album?
Wasn't California Girls one?
I don't know. No, we're not talking about that. Let's stick to the rap. And then who is the first rapper that got you into listening to rap music? Tell
I
me that
don't
next.
even remember. Let's see if
Wasn't
I
it
can.
Ken was it Kendrick? I think it was Kendrick for
I think
you.
it might have been.
I think it was Kendrick. For me, it was Eminem, grade 7. I had I got every album. It was like when Marshall Mathers LP 2 came out. If you even know what that is, Haas.
I'm not really up to
Um,
my Eminem.
but I don't even know how it started with Eminem, but that's who got me into it. Um, and I had literally every single album, and that's like before streaming services. So I bought every single album, and then I was also like on YouTube and downloading off YouTube and loading onto my iPod, like unreleased stuff or like these EPs that didn't go on iTunes or anything. So I had like Eminem before he was Eminem. I don't even know how I got all this stuff because thinking about it, I was like 12. I was somehow finding it, finding out about it, and then finding it, downloading it like off YouTube, and then getting it onto my iPod. I don't even know. Yeah, when I think about it, I don't know. But he was the first. And then grade 8 was when If You're Reading This It's Too Late came out by Drake. And then that really kicked it off for me.
That's when you were like,
And
ooh.
and that was it. Then it was like, yeah, Drake came out, and then similar time when I had like the HTC phone and Google Music, so it would give you like suggested albums you should listen to, and then it was 2014 Forest Hills Drive
They got you
by
good.
by J Cole, and like I had no idea who J Cole was. I was just like, oh, let me just buy the album and see, and then yeah, that was next. And honestly, after those two, I don't even know who it was, but it was just
It was all
the whole
uphill from
world.
or downhill from there.
I mean, those two albums, like, it's hard to top those two. 2014's Forest Hills Drive and If You're Reading This It's Too Late. Those are some crazy albums. Um, and then I guess, what was it, grade 9 is when you got into Kendrick? Is
I
that
think so.
correct? Okay,
Sounds about
yeah,
right.
okay. I think you were into Kendrick roughly the same time as I was into
Travis.
getting into Travis Scott. Because I don't even. Yeah, when I think back to it, I was only like buying albums just off of like Google Music suggested. Like it would just say new release suggested, and I would just buy it right off of that. I wouldn't Google these people. I wouldn't do any of that. Like J. Cole, I just found out. Okay, buy the album. I think the same for Drake.
Impulse buyer, but it works out.
Impulse buy, but it works out just because I wasn't Googling any of these people. I had no idea like what Travis Scott even looked like, because this was Birds in the Trap was the first album. Just buy it, and then works out. Works out. That was good. But then yeah, you were into Kendrick that time, because that's when we went to. You were into Kendrick before Damn, right? Before that album?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, the timeline. I have no idea.
I think Damn came out like a year after I started getting into it.
Yeah, okay. So it was roughly a year because... Okay, and then I probably knew Travis for quite a bit around that time. Because then I guess a year later was when we went to the Damn show. Kendrick and Travis. And that was like perfect combo for us because it was like both of our favorites at the time. And then they're doing a concert. So we did that. And then, then it's just like, then you find out about A$AP Rocky, finding out about Tyler, the Creator, when Tyler was still like crazy. Who else? Yeah, I don't even know. It was just like all those guys. Okay, Haas, let's get into our favorites, our current favorites. If you had to pick your top, I don't know, 5, who's it gonna be? That's what I want.
Top 5 of all time?
Sure, or just like in this exact moment. Like if you're taking 5,
Oof.
who is that gonna be?
Oof.
Oh, when did we find out about Uzi and Juice? Oh yeah, and then like grade 10, I found out about like Yachty, and that was when that 2016 freshman class came out. And that's when I started getting into like underground-ish.
Top 5, huh? Well, I guess I gotta say Post Malone.
Number 1. Are these any order?
I don't know if I can order them. At least not right now.
Throw out 5. Throw out 5.
Post Malone. Yeah, Juice WRLD.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is tough. It's a lot of good artists. We're doing it right now, right?
Yeah, just whatever you're thinking of right now as being like top 5. Mainly like people you can just listen to any song basically.
Okay, so yeah, I would say Post Malone,
mm-hmm.
Juice WRLD.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mac Miller.
Oh, that was another.
I think that one might surprise you.
Yeah, that reminds me of grade 9.
Maybe Little Skies. I can always go listen to a Little Skies album.
You can always listen to Little Skies. I agree with that one.
I don't know. I like Lil Uzi, but I don't know if he's top 5.
Damn, Uzi's not your top 5?
I don't know. I've listed 4, haven't I?
Yeah, you got one more. Who else was it?
Ooh.
I don't even know.
I had one in my mind, but I immediately forgot it.
You want me to tell you mine?
Maybe Drake. Just throw in Drake.
Yeah, okay.
You can't really go wrong with the Drake album.
No, you can't really go wrong with Drake album. Drake's got a few like songs for me, but
as a whole, you could listen to any of his albums at any time.
Yeah, as a whole, he's done good. Okay, here's mine. Uzi has to be number 1.
Can I guess yours?
Yeah, okay.
Uzi, Travis Scott, Juice WRLD.
Mm-hmm.
All right so far, right?
Yeah.
X. That might be a close 5th. He's probably not top 5, but
it depends if we're going off of like. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say X is top 5.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but
One's the same as yours. A little,
Who did
little,
who did I
little
say?
skis.
Oh, right, Little Skies.
Yeah,
And then you got one more. Ooh. That
I'm
one?
thinking as of right now, it might be Six Dogs.
Really?
It might be Six Dogs, and his music's kind of weird
On Spotify, it says you're listening to Six Dogs as of 2 hours
right
ago.
now. Yeah, I was listening to Six Dogs 2 hours ago, but as of like this moment, Six Dogs has gotta be in the top there. Cause his
Yeah, I've
music, I
seen you
don't
listen
know.
to him a lot lately.
I listen to Six Dogs a lot, cause his music is just, I don't know, it's different, but he's got like a happy vibe to him.
Yeah, his
You
music's all
know,
pretty good.
like he's got happy
I need to listen to
music.
more of his music. I haven't listened to enough of it, I don't think.
You gotta,
Go on
I
a
gotta
deep
send you.
dive.
Yeah, I gotta send you some bangers. Cause my favorite Six Dogs is when he's like being like kind of introspective, but he gets super abstract with the lyrics sometimes, which gets really crazy. And he's gotten more and more like abstract, cause you can hear like him say something and take it like in five different ways. You could take it as him being like super hype and going crazy, or you could take it as him being like he was having a bad day, or he. There's so many. I don't even know how to explain it. But
I
some of
guess you
his
gotta
songs are
listen to understand it.
you gotta listen to Six Dogs and just feel it out. He's also he said he stopped swearing in his music now, and when I
For the
first heard that, I was
kids.
like, when I first heard that, I was like, my Siri just went off. I don't know why. When I heard that, I was like, we'll see how he does with that. But he's good. He doesn't need to swear, and you don't even notice it really that he's cut that out. Um, nah, Six Dogs, bangers, Skies, bangers. His new album's coming out soon.
Little
Hopefully,
Skies.
yeah.
Ooh.
Apparently,
He hasn't released one in a little while.
I know. Since yeah, roughly maybe like a year and a half now. Juice World, of course. Every song's an absolute
Yeah.
banger. Um,
That
honestly, there's
first
not.
Little Skies album, that holds a
Oh, that was
nostalgic place in my heart.
Life of a Dark
Yeah.
Rose. Oh, that's like that could be one of the
That's one of
craziest.
my favorite albums ever, I think.
That's yeah, that's one of my favorite albums ever. Just because like all the songs are perfect.
Yeah, and
Literally every each.
also the nostalgia effect.
Yeah,
Because listen to that
exactly.
in what,
Like
grade 11?
I think, yeah, it was grade 11, but it's just like combo of all the songs are perfect, and B, they all it just came out at the perfect timing.
Yeah.
Where like we were all just listening to that
The way the
every
songs are
day,
ordered
all
are
day.
amazing too.
Yeah,
Like they
exactly.
flow
Like,
right into each other.
cause yeah, they just flow perfect. I don't know. He killed it on that
Yeah,
first
that
one.
was a perfect album. And it was a
It's perfect.
freshman album. Damn.
Yeah, it was
He
crazy.
was
Cause
fresh to it.
remember, well, I remember when Red Roses came out. Cause I was watching Cuff Boys on YouTube, and they were kind of friends with Skies, being good friends, and so they would always just use Red Roses as the intro song, and that came out, and that was just a banger. And that's
Yeah.
when like you don't even know what Little Skies even looks like at that point. It's like you just hear this guy going crazy, like in on a song. At first time I heard Red Roses, I was like, "There's no way you could ever memorize all these lyrics."
Yeah.
And then like a month later, I had it like I could say it
Locked
to
in.
you. I could just say it
Cover to
the whole
cover.
song. But Red Roses was crazy, and then when he did Nowadays with Landon for the Cole Bennett video,
Yeah. I remember
that
that.
that was a crazy. That's probably goes down as at least top three of favorite songs of all time. Is
Yeah.
Nowadays for me, because just the way Landon and him go back and forth. Damn, that's a crazy song. Um, yeah, Life of a Dark Rose, banger album. What was I saying? And then yeah, same with Juice World. I would say Goodbye and Good Riddance has to be up there.
Yeah, that and Life of Dark Rose are some of my favorite albums.
Yeah, because of like pure nostalgia too. Like I can picture like the summer because it was right after X passed. We've talked about this before, but like X passed, and then that album came out like 2 weeks, or no, I think it's closer to a month, but still, right at that exact time. And it was just like this crazy, like, I just remember that entire summer so vividly, and
Yeah,
that album just like spot on. Um, but yeah, Juice WRLD doesn't have a bad song.
that's a
There isn't a,
fact.
s- there isn't a single there isn't a single Juice WRLD song that like I would skip if I like. Sometimes you're in the mood for a little different Juice WRLD, but there's no song that I would really like skip because I didn't like it.
Yeah, I can agree with
Um,
that, I think.
yeah, he's just got bangers. Oh, someone I've been listening to so much recently. No, you won't guess unless you've looked at my Spotify. Other than Six Dogs, have you looked at my Spotify in like the last 3 days?
3 days? No, I thought you were gonna mention that Sibby guy.
No, maybe I'll talk about him later. But um, Young Lean,
Oh yeah, I've seen you listen to him.
I've listened to so much. Yeah, and I'm late to the Young Lean. I didn't understand like how important he was in rap, but like watching his stuff, watching his videos, or listening to all his music, like he was so ahead of his time to the point where like his one song, um, Kyoto, like the music video came out to that in 2013, and it looks like it could have come out like yesterday.
Really?
Cause yeah, no, he's crazy. Cause um, even besides the music, but even like the clothes they were wearing, like they're wearing this pair of Nikes, the '97 Air Maxes, um, in 2013, and those I think in like I don't know the dates, but like 2017, they became crazy popular. Everyone needed them. Everyone was wearing them, but he had them 4 years before when no one was wearing them. And it's the same for like they're all wearing like these North Face jackets. Um, and like just last year, 2 years ago, everyone was wearing North Face jackets. But they were just like 4 years ahead, 5 years ahead on everything. I don't know. So I've just been super interested in like how'd they predict this? How'd they
That's
know?
gonna be your summative in your program. They're gonna have you study him.
Yeah, I would study Young Liam just because it's so interesting. Because there's some people that are like they wear a certain thing, and then that thing becomes popular because they wore it. You know how
Yeah,
that goes. Like say if Justin Bieber wears, I don't know, a certain pair of Adidas shoes. Like as soon as people see that, everyone's gonna want them. So like they got popular because of him. But with Young Lean and his crew, they were popular but still underground,
they
and
know
so
Justin
they
Bieber.
didn't really, yeah, not like Justin Bieber, but yeah, I don't even know how to explain it, but they like didn't influence it to be big. Some of the time, I don't know, they just like predicted it. I don't know, I don't even know
Or
how to
maybe they
explain it.
inspired other artists, and then when they
Yeah,
wore
so
it,
like,
more people saw
yeah,
it.
that's true. That's true.
You got to go
Yeah,
further down the tree. Who wore it before Young Lean?
yeah. Who were? No one.
That
Young
can
Lean
be a
started it
research
all.
paper.
Yeah,
Write a paper
who
on that, and
inspired Young Lean?
they'll just give you your degree and say goodbye.
And say goodbye. That'll be it. No, it's crazy though, cause he was the first. Well, I even think an artist like Six Dogs, like some of Six Dogs' music, wouldn't exist the same if it wasn't for Young Lean. Like Fago Dreams. I don't think the song Fago Dreams by Six Dogs would sound the same if it wasn't for Young Lean
Maybe you should
coming
major
before.
in like or at least minor in some sort of music,
Mm, I don't even
modern
know.
music
I don't even
culture
know what's.
thing.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would be called. Where you research this, but
It would be like yeah, you'd like research
who
the
inspired?
cultural
I don't even know.
effects of music,
Of
modern music,
of Young Lean,
specifically him.
purely that, specifically Young Lean.
Yeah,
Um,
the course we
but
called Lean 785.
yeah. What's funny about Young Lean too is when I heard that name, I've heard the name like years ago, but just never looked into it. But I always thought it was like a joke. I thought it was like Lil Xan, like Xanax. But no, it's his actual Young Lean's last name is actually Lean Doer,
Huh.
which sounds just crazy because he's Swedish. It's a Swedish last name, Lean Doer. So he just shortened it. I always thought it was like some joke on like actual like the drug lean, but it's not.
Well, it
You know
probably
that
is. It's like a double entendre.
double double entendre. Yeah, but like
It's probably like my name is Lean, but also I do a
yeah.
lot of lean.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I thought that was
It's due to the
interesting to
name.
do the name.
It's genetics.
But yeah, I won't ramble on too long about Young Lean because I don't even know if I'm making any sense. But Young Lean's cool. Young Lean knew what he's up to. Oh, another artist that's similar is in terms of influence, Chief Keef. Chief Keef, I
He's got
like his
some
music.
wild music.
He's got wild music, but like he influenced a lot. Like I don't know. Yeah, I can't even name them because I don't really listen to a lot of those modern rappers. But yeah, Chief Keef is another artist that
It's
like
time to start writing a research paper.
gotta
I
on
feel
these.
like Chief Keef is one of the people that are like not that popular,
Uh
and the
huh.
stuff they make, people are usually like, it's not good. But they
Yeah.
influence other people that then
Yeah.
everyone enjoys
Like
what they make.
the
Research paper is
artist.
done right there. The
Yeah.
societal effects of Chief Keef.
Because you'll know like when I watch some interviews of different artists, they'll name like Chief Keef as being like Juice World. He said Chief Keef was his favorite rapper of all time. And like when you look at Chief Keef, it like you see the influence because no one was really making music like that like before, just as crazy as Chief Keef was doing it. Um, yeah, he's one of those people. Young Lean and Chief Keef underrated for how influential they are. Besides that, what else? Um, who else? Who are you even listening to right now, Haas? Tell me
That's what I
that.
was gonna
Who's?
ask you. I was gonna ask you if you've been listening to lately.
I swear it's all been.
It's all Young Lean.
Um, it's all Young Lean and Six Dogs.
I haven't been
And
listening to any like one person really. Let's see if I can
mm,
find any. Really, the only trend is Internet Money. That album they released, a bunch of
oh
songs
yeah,
saved up. I'm just looking for a
that's
bunch
like a
of matching
playlist
names.
basically,
Yeah, it's just a playlist, not even an album.
but it's bangers.
Oh, I listened to St. John recently.
Have you been getting into him? I saw you listen to one of his
I
songs
have gotten a little bit into him. He's
because I've
very
heard that.
unique. I
Yeah,
think
because
you'd
I've heard
like
his
him. If you
songs.
saw his music videos, it's just like him dancing and just like having fun.
Okay,
They're pretty funny.
okay,
One of them
yeah.
is literally just like him in the middle of a trucker's like the behind a truck stop in the middle of like
Uh huh.
Arizona just dancing by himself.
I like that for the
And
whole
another
thing.
one is like him in front of the Queen's gates dancing with his dogs or something. It's like so random.
I like that. Where's he from? Is he?
I don't actually know.
Because I heard. Well, his song is going huge now on like the
Oh,
radio and
Roses, I
stuff.
think it's what it's called.
Yeah, I heard the with Future
I
Roses.
haven't really listened to that one. I listened to his other stuff.
Yeah, no, and then I saw because I was like, oh, I know the name because I saw you listening to some random
Oh,
song
he's
by him.
from Brooklyn, right, right.
Mm.
He spent half his childhood growing up in Georgetown, Guyana, though.
Where's that?
Guyana?
Yeah.
Isn't that in Africa? My geography is not the
Yeah.
best, but I'm pretty sure
No,
it's in Eastern Africa.
all right. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's good though. Yeah, he's got a different
Northeast.
sound. He's got a
North.
different sound
It's
for
South
sure.
America, not even Africa. Not even
Oh, it's
close.
South America.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, my
Northeast
geography
South
is
America.
really okay.
I thought it
Okay.
was East Africa, but it's Northeast
Okay.
South
Yeah.
America.
So that's who you've been listening to, Haas?
Yeah, I listened to a little bit of him. I haven't listened to like a whole lot by him, just a couple songs, but he's got some pretty
Yeah.
unique stuff. Everyone in the YouTube comments, I don't know if people are just doing it because they think he'll blow up, so they're doing it, but in the comments, everyone's saying like, "Yo, he's so unique" and freaking out.
Yeah.
But you see that with a lot of artists, even the ones
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
don't blow
There's
up. Everyone's like, "Yo, they're gonna be huge."
yeah, because people want to just like
Be the first one.
be there before. Yeah.
Other than that, it's
That's
been like random things that just come up on my suggested for Spotify, my weekly
really
discovery and stuff.
you're big in the weekly discovery, aren't you, Haas?
I'm huge on it. I listen to it every week.
Really, I
Release
don't.
Radar and Discovery. I listen to both of them every week.
Interesting.
They've got you wouldn't think it, but every once in a while,
They got a banger.
there usually goes bad week, good week, bad week, good week. Bad week, it's just like miss after miss. Maybe
Yeah.
one good song in the entire playlist of how many songs are there on it? Like 20? 30 songs on there, and there'd be like one good song one week.
Uh-huh.
But then next week, I swear to God, they'll have like 6 or 7 bangers straight.
Damn, that's. I don't listen to it. I probably should,
If you get it
but I
tuned in
never
just right, if
do.
you start listening to it more and more and start saving the songs you like, it'll get better and better.
Yeah.
And then
Uh-huh.
I'll have some weeks where it's just garbo, but some weeks those hit me with the banger playlist.
Banger after banger. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm like, I'm kind of weird when I listen to music. Like,
You're just kind of weird.
I will listen to, I don't know, whoever it is, like Uzi, nonstop for a week. Like nothing
Yeah,
but
you
Uzi.
do cycles. You'll do one artist
Yeah.
straight for a week and then switch and then
And
straight
I
for a
will,
week.
I'll listen to one artist
You
and play
listen
it
to
till
them
I
until you can't listen
can't.
anymore. And
Exactly.
then you just swap
And
to the
then
next one and then you just play it. You just play them till they're dead.
like that's exactly it. Like I just keep that's all I do. And even it'll happen sometimes where like an album, even to an artist that I really like, comes out. For the most part, I'll try and give it a listen right away. But a lot of times I'll just like wait until I want to hear that artist and then I'll have that new album to listen to.
Mm.
That's how it goes from yeah, I cycle through all the artists. I rarely use playlists at all of just random stuff anymore. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. So but you're more mixed. You keep it
Yeah.
mixed.
I got a couple songs that are just like random by random people. Maybe I'll send you some of
Yeah.
them. They're just like
Send them
random.
through.
I like them, but they're just by
We'll
random people.
we'll put together a little playlist. We'll pick our top 20 songs of right now. We'll throw a little playlist
Yeah.
together. That'd be good. What else is there?
What about
Oh
Kid
yeah, my
Laroi? You've been enjoying him lately. I saw you had
because
your
I
Kid
was
Laroi week recently, where you just played his songs straight for a week.
yeah, Kid Laroi is pretty good. Kid Laroi is really good. What's interesting with him is because he's signed to um, Juice World label. The label Juice World was signed to. It's now Kid Laroi is on, and you can tell how they're kind of like going about Kid Leroy's like career, I guess. You can kind of see how it in some ways like follows Juice WRLD's. Um
Yeah, I wonder if that's like the team they're with is really good,
like
or if they're
I would
pushing to be like, "Hey, there's some shoes to fill."
yeah, I think personally it's he's got a really good team cuz yeah, I've seen like interviews like I just follow the who whoever those people are. I don't know. CEOs, execs. I don't know. What do you call them? But the people that run the label, Grade A, and they just seem like good guys. So I think they're just and they're smart. They know what they're doing. They're good guys. But yeah, like Kid Leroy's album, just the way it's like laid out with the skits and everything.
Yeah,
Um,
it's structured very similar to a Juice WRLD album.
yeah, you can hear there's definitely the influence there, and I like that. Like that's not a bad thing to me.
Yeah,
Um, like I like the fact that he's kind of like carrying. I say he's like carrying the legacy more than anything. Like he's just continuing like what Juice WRLD was doing so well, and now Kid Leroy is like just I don't know, being the little brother and like taking the reins. Um, but yeah,
isn't he Australian?
he is Australian,
I never knew. I never would have
which
guessed
is
that even.
no like Kid Leroy's story is interesting. I've only heard bits and pieces, but like he's super young too. Like he was born I think 2003.
Yeah, he's like
He's
17 right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 17. And he was like when he was 15, him and his mom were like super big because there's not a lot of like big shows that go over to Australia for American artists.
Right.
But they were just super on top of like seeing how they could get the Kid Leroy behind backstage and like meet certain people. Like they were just so on it. And then I think like yeah, I don't know the exact story, but they somehow got in touch with like Juice WRLD, met him because Kid Leroy opened up for Juice WRLD at his Australian shows. Like he was the
Right.
opening act, which is super interesting because he would have been like
Well, I guess that's a no-brainer, right? If
15.
you're going to Australia and he's one of
No,
the
but
biggest artists there,
yeah.
might as well have him open your
But
show.
I don't even know how big he was at the time because he was like 15. He was literally like 15. So I don't know the early stage of Kid Leroy, but I just know him and his mom were super on it with like with making connections and stuff like that, and then it worked out that with Juice WRLD's team. But yeah, Kid Leroy slaps. A lot of good songs. Who else? Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about Mac Miller again, because back in I think grade 9, Good AM, that album. That's my favorite Mac Miller album of all time.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
That one, when that came out, that was like, yeah, that was crazy because it was almost like, more I don't know, more positive.
Yeah, I've got a lot of
I don't.
Good AM, Swimming, and Macadelic. That's
Macadelic. I haven't listened.
That's
to
a lot of his
Macadelic.
albums, anyways.
Um,
That's like
For
all of
me,
them
it's-
except for Circles and the Divine Feminine.
yeah, I would say.
Oh,
Yeah,
Best
Good
Day
AM
Ever too. I have a couple
stands
of
out.
songs off there as well.
I haven't gotten as crazy into Mac Miller, besides Good AM, because I was kind of. There was still the time I was just buying albums, so I kind of just bought that one and just went with that one until like my Mac Miller phase was kind of like over for a little bit.
Mm.
Now I'm slowly back into it, but yeah, Good AM is my favorite.
I've heard Blue Slide Park. His album is really good,
Oh
but I've
yeah.
never
Yeah,
listened to it.
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, I used to buy like CD. You know when I had like stacks and well, I still have them, but like
Yeah.
I'd buy CDs. That was the one because I would also just buy random CDs that I just never listened to a single song off of, and that was one of them. Blue Slide Park was I just never listened to it. I was like, okay, Mac Miller's last album I really enjoyed. Let's just give this a go. So yeah, I bought Blue Slide Park. That one, that's a really good album. I fully forgot about that. Interesting. Ooh, another one. Randomly without hearing it at all, I bought the CD for Channel Orange by Frank,
Ooh.
and that was another like
Oh yeah, Frank Ocean. He's another
Yeah,
big artist
now
we
we're talking
like.
about him. But that's
Where
how I
is he in the
found out about
world?
Frank. Was just buying Channel Orange. Yeah, Frank Ocean.
We need another album from him. Where's he been?
I know.
I don't think anyone knows where he's been.
I honestly, I would wait for a Frank Ocean album until we get summer, until we're out of school and we have summer,
Yeah,
because that's like
that's peak
listening
Frank
to,
Ocean listening times.
yeah, like Blonde when that came out. That was, let me think, August, going from I want to say grade 9 to 10. Yeah, I want to say that like summer 2016. I don't know. Is that? Can you fact check that? Do you remember?
Summer 2016. What?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
saying
trying
grade
to think of.
9?
Yeah, 9 to 10, grade 9, summer of grade 9, like
I think
going
that's
into
about
grade
right. Yeah,
10.
2016.
Yeah. Um, yeah, Blonde came out, and that was like, Blonde takes you to another world,
Yeah,
because everything in that is like, he's making sense, but it's also like so abstract at the same time. Like it's not, because every album I listened to before them was like literal things, like I don't even know, like things in the moment, but like Frank Ocean's Blonde is everything is so like just out there. Like he's only giving you very vague ideas of things, and then your imagination kind of like pulls it together, and you like picture certain things that are going on.
yeah. He tells a
Yeah,
story really well.
he tells a story really well that can like also be interpreted in like a million different ways, and that's what's so interesting because it's a timeless album. Like I don't know. Yeah, Blonde, Frank Ocean, crazy album. Um, Nights, song Nights. Ooh, the switch in that's probably
Yeah,
that's gotta go down as one of my top favorite songs ever too.
yeah,
Yeah, Nights is the whole album's a banger
yeah.
though.
Nights
You can listen
especially. That's a crazy song.
Nights because that's when I just remember that so vividly
The
in
switch.
the switch when we were in the torrent,
Yeah,
the torrent, because I had that's also when I had no Bluetooth, no, not even, what am I thinking of? Um, aux, no nothing.
just
So
CDs,
it was
baby.
so it was burning CDs, and that was one of the CDs I just like burned, ripped every song off of YouTube, I think, and then burned the CD. And then Nights, I just remember just playing it back, having to skip through all the songs, go to Nights, and then just keep playing that back. That was
I feel like a lot of the like why we liked Nights so much is because of where and when
that.
we listened to it.
Yeah, I
Listen
think
to it in the
uh,
torrent all the time. Like
exactly.
after
Like that was
school or going to go get gas in your car or whatever
yeah,
at
like the
night
summer
in the
nights,
summer.
like the summer like 9 p.m. where the sun is still just setting,
That's when my
but it's
program's
still
trying to get me
warm.
to study. They're trying to get me to understand the societal effects. There's like
Yeah,
the message the artist intends. So what Frank Ocean
yeah,
puts into the lyrics, and he's like, "Oh, I totally understand this." And then what we interpret is
yeah.
we have to decode what they've put into it, and then also our society, like our surroundings, also affect what we
hmm
think.
That's what
Very
makes
deep stuff.
that's what makes the best music though. Like
If it's too
that's what
literal, you
makes
don't
it.
get to have that fun part of interpreting
Yeah,
it for
like I
yourself.
exactly
I
like
feel like
I
I went to
want.
the grocery store and bought bananas. It's like, okay.
Yeah, like rappers like that don't do enough for me like anymore. Like it's good for the moment and you can listen to it and really enjoy the song, but like the albums that are forever, like listen to any point, those are the ones where it's just like you might even interpret it one way and then like 2 years later hear it a completely different way.
Yeah.
That's what's, yeah, those albums, that's what's crazy to me. Um, yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Because then when I think about like why I'm listening to Young Lean so much, is he's one of those artists that is just so like kind of, I don't know what's the word you abstract, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think abstract's the word, but that's like the best music. That's why like the first I think of like Fago Dreams when I think of like kind of that sound, because that can also be just interpreted. I don't know. This is interesting, huh? I haven't thought about this
I'm
before in
giving you
this
food
moment.
for thought.
Food for thought. Very interesting.
Well, how are we doing
There,
on time? We're at 40 minutes.
we're at 40 minutes. Very, yeah, that's a good. Maybe we'll end it there.
We'll give our listeners and even yourself, Haas,
A
some
little food for
food for
thought. We
thought.
might. I think. Yeah. Now that, because I only thought of this episode as just being like a. Yeah. Okay. Here's our top 5 artists. And then let's just talk about why we like them. But now this is like,
It's gotten deep, deeper
this
than
is
you could ever
interesting.
expect.
Yeah. Like what makes.
I've turned your entire world upside down.
Exactly. Like, because now one thing to wrap it up, it's like, how do you make music and just anything that you put out into the world, how can you make it like not just interpret for you, like in how you see things, but how can you make something that's
Personal for the
just,
listener.
yeah, anyone can put their own ideas and memories into it,
It's time to
you know,
switch programs, I'm telling you.
and just get
It's
real
time to go into
philosophical.
some music culture.
Music, culture, and philosophy.
Yep.
um okay, yeah, interesting. I'm sure we got to make another episode just on this.
We'll do a
Just
part
on the,
2.
we'll do a part 2 to this and just talk about all this abstract stuff. Very interesting. Well, all right, we'll wrap it up for now. We'll save the ideas. We'll think of more things off the air and then come back. But all right, episode 2
It's in the
complete.
books.
Episode 2 in the books. And we won't see you next week, but you'll hear us next week. All right, and we still have, yeah, let's just call it the Potter.